on Good Morning Northwest. Hurricane Ian, now a Category 4 storm nearing the strength of a Cat 5. 2.5 million people told to evacuate the state now. We're tracking the breaking details.
In our world, we had record heat yesterday. It's going to be another very warm day today, but then true fall weather moves in temporarily. The timing coming up.
And a man with a gun dressed in fatigues patrolling outside some Western Washington schools. Why he's doing it, why he hasn't been arrested, and what police are telling him. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Wednesday, September the 28th. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. All right, we remain warm today, but changes coming overnight.
Yeah, we're going to go from 90 to then 80 to then in the 60s, and today is going to be that transition day. 51 currently into Coeur d'Alene, 58 into Spokane. We have a clear sky, just changes in temperatures there. We look at the 4 things we need to know. This afternoon looking pretty good. Warm again today. Increasing clouds this afternoon, though, around 2, 3 o'clock. Showers and cooler for tomorrow, much cooler. And then it's going to be a warm, sunny weekend. So really, it's sort of a yo-yo of forecasting here with these temperatures. So we look at the 24-hour forecast and we see about 1, 2, 3 o'clock, we have more cloud cover coming in. And then about 10 o'clock, bedtime, well, that's when those showers wake up, and we're going to see those overnight into the morning hours, and then we should see that break by midday tomorrow, but 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch depending. We're going to have highs today around 80 degrees all around the region. It's going to be very nice. Our day planner forecast to get you going today is where temperatures in the afternoon solid into the 70s. And again, about 4 o'clock, that sweet spot for the heat, that's where we'll hit our high today of 80 degrees.
All right, breaking news on Hurricane Ian. It strengthened into a Category 4 storm bordering on Category 5 early this morning.
And conditions are worsening across the state of Florida. Thousands of customers have already lost power hours before Ian's landfall. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk tracking the latest developments.
That's right, Robin. This morning, all eyes are on the skies with Hurricane Ian set to strike Florida as a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Currently, Ian is whipping sustained winds of 155 miles per hour, and it's projected to approach the west coast of Florida and move onshore later today. Governor Ron DeSantis saying about 2.5 million Floridians are currently under an evacuation order. Families hit the roads making 11th hour escapes, and St. Petersburg mayor issued a warning for those staying behind.
After a certain time when tropical force winds are here, we will not be sending out first responders.
Ian is expected to make landfall later today along Florida's Gulf Coast in the Fort Myers area. It's set to bring life-threatening conditions, including several feet of storm surge from Naples to Tampa and huge amounts of rain, perhaps more than 20 inches in some areas. This has the potential to move homes and cars. 30,000 workers are on standby to restore electricity after the storm, and FEMA says it's stockpiling 3.7 million meals and 3.5 million liters of water in neighboring Alabama. Coming up in 30 minutes, how Florida is planning to care for its vulnerable populations in preparation for Ian. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Well, people at a middle school football game in Spokane Valley performed CPR on a player when he was knocked unconscious. Spokane Valley Fire tells us the football player was tackled during kickoff and was unresponsive. People on the field at Horizon Middle School told firefighters the boy was unconscious and someone started CPR. The pads of an automated external defibrillator were attached to the boy, but he was never shocked by it. And by the time firefighters made it to the field, the boy was alert and in pain. He was taken to the hospital. We have not been told his condition this morning. As we get more information about how he's doing, we will let you know. The Northern Lakes Fire District in Kootenai County is seeing an influx of service calls, and with fewer people on board, it's taking them longer to answer your calls for help.
But help is on the way. Soon, they'll be getting a $4.5 million grant to hire 12 new firefighters and open a 3rd fire station in Garwood. The fire district covers the area from Hayden Lake to west of Rathdrum and from the city of Hayden over to Twin Lakes. Fire Chief Pat Riley says they applied for the grant after multiple failed attempts at tax levy overrides to increase services and improve response times throughout the district. Chief Riley says they've seen a 50% increase in the need for emergency response in the past few years.
Many forms. Number one is our response times. We're only meeting about 39% of the required response time for what we should be providing right now, and this will dramatically increase that, not in the time, but it'll decrease our response time, which equates to life safety for our citizens that we serve.
Now, Chief Riley says the clock is ticking for them to start recruiting new firefighters. This grant will only fund the firefighters for 3 years. After that, Chief Riley says they'll have to secure funding or possibly close the station that they are about to open. Around the Northwest this morning, an armed Army veteran is patrolling schools in Lacey, just outside of Olympia, saying he wants to help keep kids safe.
But Thurston County Sheriff isn't so sure, and the school district says it's had a handful of complaints from parents. Anthony Triplett spends 20 hours a week patrolling 5 Thurston County schools with his service dog Jude by his side and his sidearm at his hip. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan before leg injury forced his medical retirement. After the Uvalde, Texas shooting, he says he felt like he was called back to duty by his 2 daughters, students in the North Thurston district.
It was my kids and other kids asking me, hey, what are they doing to keep us safer? If I were to hear an explosion or gunshot, see a crowd of students running out of, and they said that there's someone firing, I'm going in.
His patrols are legal, but Thurston County's sheriff would like Triplett to leave the security to the professionals. Triplett isn't stopping, saying he knows what he is doing makes some uncomfortable, but that he is keeping schools safer.
All right, take a look at this helicopter rescue in Skagit County Monday morning. 2 brothers, ages 78 and 79, crashed that plane in the Lake Kavanaugh area Sunday night. One of the men, Kyle Allen, said they weren't going particularly fast when that plane crashed and said the reason they crashed was a case of, quote, small plane, big mountain, and it was just too late for them to turn around.
Ooh.
Thankfully, they are okay, though.
That's a bad combo.
Yeah, it sure is. Good morning, Northwest time is now 6:07.
All right, checking in with Mark again and talking air quality as well as some warm temperatures.
Moderate. We got into that midday yesterday. We've been holding in moderate through yesterday and most likely throughout much of today. Shouldn't get much worse than that. We're going to have a full check of the forecast coming up.
And we're live at a local family farm in Deer Park called Veely Farm. They have pumpkins available for picking and all the fall activities you can imagine for you and your family. We'll give you a preview coming up.
And a huge payout. Why a pharmaceutical company is paying the federal government and some states $900 million, but is not admitting any guilt. That's after the break.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Savings at Lazy Boy are exciting enough that we don't need confetti, but why not? Don't worry, I'll clean it up.
Save up to 30%. The more you buy, the more you save.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Ooh, the DQ chicken strip basket? Yes, please. I want in on that. Oh, that house-made Hidden Valley Ranch is for all the dips. Plus fries, Texas toast, and, you guessed it, DQ chicken strips. Mmm, so good. Let's go, right now. Or let's get delivery at DQ.com. DQ, happy tastes good.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing. But one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
Are you ready for winter and unexpected power outages? Talk with the experts at Country Homes Power to find the best fireplace to protect your home, even when the power goes out. Like Valor gas fireplaces. Visit Country Homes Power today.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service is going hog wild.
All right, here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol postponed its hearing scheduled for today in light of Hurricane Ian heading toward Florida.
The panel had originally set the hearing to reveal new information it has uncovered since its last hearing, July 21st. Separately, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell announced yesterday he would support legislation that would make it harder to overturn a certified presidential election in response to the January 6th attack. McConnell's endorsement will bolster the bill's chances for passage in his chamber and will likely put him at sharp odds with former President Donald Trump, who has called on GOP senators to oppose this plan.
Biogen is shelling out $900 million to settle claims that it paid kickbacks to doctors to prescribe its medication. But the settlement does not include an admission of liability. In a statement, the pharmaceutical company says it, quote, denies all allegations raised in this case. A former employee filed a lawsuit alleging that Biogen paid speaker fees, consulting fees, and other payments so that doctors would prescribe its multiple sclerosis medications. Those prescriptions resulted in false claim submissions to Medicare and Medicaid. The Justice Department says the company will pay more than $843 million.
Car rental giant Hertz is looking to power up its growing fleet of electric vehicles. It's reached a deal with BP to build out and manage a new network for charging stations across the country. Hertz already has thousands of EVs and last week announced a deal to buy 175,000 more from GM.
All right, good morning. 10-second takeaway. Hey, real quick, mild start's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be a warm finish, too, with a high above average of 80 degrees expected. Grab those sunglasses and get ready for a really nice day.
All right, Good Morning Northwest time is coming up on 6:13.
A woman jogging alone on the Centennial Trail this summer attacked. How a family friend is using that scary situation to help protect you.
And fall fun at a local farm. Destiny Richards is checking out what your family can do this pumpkin season at a place in Deer Park. Don't go away.
Every day is trophy territory at the general store downtown. Trophy thrills, trophy deals, trophy warthogs. Yes, trophy warthogs. For over 75 years, the general store has been your location for all the ammo, hunting, fishing, and camping gear any outdoor pro could ever need. Your trophy adventure starts at the general store.
You are unique, and so are your needs. At Axis Spine Center, we offer a team of highly trained spine care specialists who work together to provide you a customized treatment plan using the most innovative advancements in spine care available. We set new standards so that you can get back to what you love. Axis Spine, the region's only comprehensive spine care center.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Sales this big come along once in a lifetime. Get to the best for last 2022 RV closeout happening now at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. We're heavily discounting our last 2022 RVs with our most competitive prices ever. Take your pick from a new Aspen Trail or Colorado travel trailer, both priced under $30,000 and only $189 a month. Get your best RV deal ever during the best for last 2022 RV closeout through October 1st only at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. Family adventure starts here.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
Listen up. Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win.
4 News Now is brought to you by Skelton's Carpet One, Lewiston.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
All right, welcome back. An attack on the Centennial Trail is spurring a free self-defense class tomorrow in Spokane Valley.
It's been a little more than a month since a woman was brutally attacked on the Centennial Trail in Kendall Yards. But for the organizers of this training, the trauma this woman experienced is still ongoing. 4 News Now's Rania Kaur explains.
It was a horrific, traumatic event that happened, and it shouldn't have happened.
Near Nettleton Street in Ohio, a woman was attacked early morning on the Centennial Trail.
We live in a beautiful city, and I feel like it was just too close to home. It was hard to imagine that somebody would have been attacked right there.
Even harder when Hillary Schaefer found out the victim of the attack was her friend's sister.
It was hard to hear that that happened where it happened and who it happened to. Somebody that I actually knew, not just someone that was in our community.
This Thursday, she's hosting a free self-defense class for everyone right here in Spokane Valley.
While most people don't know how they're going to react when they're being attacked, the hope is to take away techniques to help keep you safe.
Opal Harbert is a martial arts teacher and one of the instructors this Thursday.
Whereas self-defense really is that on the fly, someone bigger than me, someone stronger than me, maybe someone who's trained before.
We shouldn't have to protect ourselves. We shouldn't have to learn self-defense techniques, but I'm glad that we do have somebody that can teach us those moves.
In Spokane Valley, Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Now, we do have a link to sign up for the free self-defense class on our website. Just click on this story on KXLY.com.
All right, we are going to get to Mark now for a look at that forecast. And air quality you mentioned yesterday was going to go from good to moderate. We're sitting in that moderate right now.
And probably going to be sitting there throughout much of the day. We're not going to see a lot of change on that as we look at what we can expect. Yesterday moved into moderate mid-morning, and it's just sort of been stuck there. We do have active fires that continue to burn around the state and around the west. 80 will be our high today. Sunny to start, partly cloudy to cloudy later on today. South winds 5-10 gusts to 20 miles an hour as we get longer into the afternoon. Overnight, we're going to have showers. Going to be 52 degrees. Going to be pretty mild. Right now, we're sitting at 58, 51 into Coeur d'Alene, 43 into Colville. Again, dry, clear sky, 52 into Ritzville. Lewiston, you're at 60 from the mid-90s yesterday. Welcome back to normal temperatures. Taking a look, we have this system, this low pressure system that's coming in. Rather massive. It's big. It moves out, and by Friday, high pressure replaces that. Now we start to see some of those really nice temperatures come in and a clearing, dry condition. So this low has got to move through. It's going to move into the northern plains. It's going to bring heat to what now has freeze warnings into Minnesota. They'll warm up in a couple of days. For us today, the forecast radar, and this thing has been spot on lately, and we look at the clouds coming in. That's this afternoon. This evening, we'll start to see that rain moving in. About 10 o'clock, we're going to see that overnight. Some areas could see more sustained rain, up to 1/4 of an inch. We're looking at 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch in around Spokane, and potentially more if it stalls out. But right now, that's truly a guesstimate. This is a massive system. Temperatures are going to be into the low 80s all over the area. Bonners Ferry, one of the hot spots at 84, 80 into Pullman. We're going to see tonight, or those aren't tonight lows, those are tomorrow's highs. So let's relive that just for a minute. 80, 82 into Coeur d'Alene. Look what happens for tomorrow. 64, 61, 59 in Sandpoint, 66 in Colville. Yeah, it's going to get cool. And then 70 on Friday, rebounding into the weekend. Guys, we're going to have sunshine. Temperatures in the mid-70s, going to be perfect.
All right. It's a real interesting forecast.
Yeah. Pretty up and down, but we'll take it. The fall season means harvest festivals, pumpkins, and trips to local farms.
One farm in Deer Park just opened for harvesting pumpkins and other fall produce, and some real fun things to do with your family. Destiny Richards is live at Feely Farm telling us all about it.
That's right. This is a family farm that opens up every fall, their pumpkin patch, and just a fall harvest event for you to enjoy with your family. We're here with Sammy this morning. Now that the sun is up, we can get an idea of the pumpkins you guys have here. So tell us about these large pumpkins that are unique to your farm here.
Yeah, so this year is the first year that we've grown these, and so we weren't really sure what was going to happen, but they exceeded our expectations. So these are our giant pumpkins. People on Facebook suggested names for them, so you can see all of the little tags on the side.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness, that's Pumpkinus majoris there. It's like a scientific name for large pumpkin.
Yes.
Lord Pumpkin. Mm-hmm. You've got a little guy there that's designed as it's a pumpkin designed as a man. That's so incredible.
Yes, and he's our farm hand.
Yeah, and then this pumpkin here is guess my weight, and I guessed it was 867 pounds. I want to guess, is that
close at all?
Well, I can't tell you if it's close, but I can tell you it's a good guess.
Okay, a good guess.
It's a good guess.
Awesome. But as you can see, so much to do here with pumpkins. We have pumpkin games like right behind us here. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Fun game for the kids so that the whole family can come and enjoy Feely Farm. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, another fun farm to visit here this fall. Good morning, Northwest time, 6:22 on the dot. The Eastern football team keeping a close eye on Hurricane Ian as they're set to play Florida on Sunday. What head coach Aaron Best says about the situation.
Yeah, and the Mariners offense failed to show up again last night against the Texas Rangers, where it leaves them in the wild card race. Coming up next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
What do you get when ice cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
The Ronald McDonald House Charities offers families a home away from home while their children undergo medical treatment.
We offer family support, a safe, comfortable place to stay, transportation, a home-cooked meal during a difficult time in their lives, all free of charge. Together, we keep families close.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Ronald McDonald House as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Don't shop in the cold. R&R RV in North Spokane has over 120 RVs indoors at 525 East Francis. Right now, save thousands with huge year-end discounts and clearance pricing. The time to buy is now. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 120 RVs indoors. Motorhomes, fifth wheels, travel trailers, all indoors at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
With dentures from Aspen Dental, all they'll see is your confident smile. How do we do it? We provide exceptional care all in one place, and our denture experts craft natural-looking dentures right in our in-office labs because we'll do anything to make sure your smile looks like your smile. Right now, get $400 off a full denture arch. We can even get started today. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your complimentary denture consultation now.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
Hurricane Ian's impact isn't just being felt in the Gulf of Mexico, but also in our area, where the Eastern Washington Eagles are set to travel down to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators, their first SEC opponent ever. But that game has now been pushed back to Sunday as the storm is set to make landfall soon. The team's original plan was to fly directly into Gainesville on Thursday, 2 days ahead of the game, but now could be up in the air depending on what happens with this storm. You have to factor in busing and hotel situations as well, as people are going to be evacuating inland. Head coach Aaron Best calls this situation very fluid, but he has to keep his team focused the best he can.
Really, at this point, it's a matter of, like I said, what we can do, what are the parameters, what do we intend to do, and it's going to be inconvenient either way. So let's just get out in front of it. Like Bill Chase used to say, let's get out in front of it. Just let them know it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be normal. It's going to be different. It's going to be more challenging. But then we'll tell you what those challenges are going to be, because there's going to be probably a fair amount.
So as of right now, kickoff is set for 9 in the morning on Sunday, but don't be completely shocked if that changes at all. There's no word on if this game can be pushed back further or a change of location. And the Seattle Mariners have now lost 9 out of their last 13 games after dropping their series opener against the Texas Rangers on Tuesday night. The offense of the M's was non-existent once again, as they aren't able to put up a single run and only managed 5 hits on the night. This is the first time that their rival Texas has shut them out since 2018. On the mound, ace Robbie Ray goes 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. The Mariners still hold a 3.5 game lead over the Orioles for that final wild card spot with 9 games to go in the regular season.
It's going to be real interesting to see these travel plans for Eastern, trying to get down to Gainesville. Like Alex said, a very fluid situation with Hurricane Ian.
Yeah, and that's tough. It is now 6:20, almost 6:27.
All right, before we go to a break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, handcuffed in a police cruiser, parked on the train tracks, and then this. The woman inside remarkably surviving, now demanding justice. Authorities say 20-year-old Urani Rios Gonzalez was being detained for an alleged road rage incident when the police cruiser, parked on the train tracks, was hit. The car destroyed upon impact. Overnight, her lawyer speaking to GMA.
She noticed the train horn and the train whistle and started to struggle. She tried frantically to get the officer's attention. It's incredibly dangerous to park on train tracks. That should have just never happened.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you how authorities in Colorado are responding and how Rios Gonzalez is doing now. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Why hide your skin if Dupixent has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control?
Hide my skin? Not me.
Because Dupixent targets a root cause of eczema, it helps heal your skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of it.
Hide my skin? Not me.
And for kids ages 6 months and up, that means clearer skin and noticeably less itch. With Dupixent, you can change how their skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice.
Hide my skin? Not me.
Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can show more with less eczema. Talk to your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema treatment.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save big now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book.
Lake Talk Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 30th through October 2nd. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 41st harvest. Cheers.
I'm Mark Peterson. This summer, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
It was a Saturday. Chris was a good dad. His water practices, not so much. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Culligan. Got a water pitcher for the fam.
pretty safe, huh?
Well, basic water pitchers are passable, whereas a Culligan reverse osmosis system can reduce lead, arsenic, pesticide runoff.
You realize these have filters?
Chris, pour it out.
It's not going fast enough. Just done with that.
When your water's right, so is your world. I wrote that!
There's a new face in local news. Kirsten O'Connor joins Aaron Luna and Chris Crocker weeknights on 4 News Now. Committed to our community, invested in you and your family's safety. Get to know Kirsten O'Connor weeknights on 4 News Now.
Lake Tahoe Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 30th through October 2nd. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 41st harvest.
Cheers.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker starts with breaking news on Hurricane Ian.
As the state of Florida prepares for Ian, now nearing Category 5 strength, Disney World has shut down and will remain closed through Thursday. Flights over the next 2 days are going to be significantly disrupted. 3,500 flights are already canceled today and tomorrow. We'll have a look at how hospitals and care facilities are mobilizing to evacuate the elderly. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Democratic and Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill may not agree on much, but many seem to agree that the person elected president is who should become president. A new bipartisan bill would make it harder to overturn a certified presidential election. The bill, which now has the support of Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, is on track to likely become law. Lawmakers are unlikely to hold those votes until after the fall elections.
And creating a buzz this morning, the future of air travel took flight in Moses Lake yesterday. You're looking at the world's first all-electric passenger plane, Alice. The zero-emission aircraft traveled at an altitude of 3,500 feet for 8 minutes. The plane, which is designed by engineers in Washington and Israel by a company called Aviation, has battery technology similar to that of an electric car or a cell phone. With 30 minutes of charging, it can fly for an hour at 287 miles per hour, about half the speed of a Boeing 737. Aviation has 3 different versions of Alice, a commuter, executive, and cargo plane, and hopes to have it in the hands of customers by 2027. Wow. Pretty cool for that test flight to be in Moses Lake, though. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, September 28th. Mark Peterson here with our first alert forecast. And we are warming up today, but not nearly as much as yesterday.
No, it's going to be a little cooler than yesterday. We're starting off, though, with a little more haze than we did yesterday. And our air quality in moderate. Taking a live look with some partly cloudy conditions. That's what we're going to be seeing. 58 degrees, no winds to speak of. In the 4 things that we need to know as we get going on this Wednesday is that it will be another warm day today. Again, high of 80. Increasing clouds this afternoon, showers and cooler. That's going to start tonight through tomorrow, and a warm, sunny weekend. It's going to be wonderful. 24-hour forecast. Yeah, it speaks volumes as we see this system come in. This afternoon, increased cloud cover. We're going to see those scattered showers starting into the Palouse and then moving into our area. That's going to be after 10 o'clock. And overnight, we could see 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch out of this, more so in some of the mountains. That smoke forecast will keep smoke in our area throughout the day. We won't see a lot of improvement there. Our forecast, well, we're going to have highs, again, of 80 degrees today. It's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Breaking news out of Florida now. Evacuation plans are underway for Hurricane Ian, but the state faces a challenge, a large elderly population.
Hospitals and nursing homes are urgently making sure things are in place in order to avoid devastation before Ian storms ashore. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk with what plans are in place to keep Florida's vulnerable populations safe.
That's right, Derek. This morning, Hurricane Ian surged to 155 miles per hour. That's just 2 miles short of the requirement for a Category 5 storm. Now, urgent preparations are underway to care for the most vulnerable populations before Hurricane Ian hits. 15 hospitals and more than 100 other healthcare facilities have been evacuated up and down Florida's Gulf Coast. Nursing homes are moving patients, checking generators, and ensuring emergency supplies are in place to avoid the devastation that followed Hurricane Irma back in 2017. That's when 12 people died from overheating at a nursing home in Broward County after Irma knocked out electricity, leaving the facility sweltering without AC. So hospitals and nursing homes are learning from the past. State officials say all nursing homes and assisted living facilities now have backup power generators and fuel that meet state requirements. And one hospital in the Fort Myers area says its staff came in at 5 o'clock last night to register patients and work through the storm.
And once landfall has passed and the roadways are safe, we will bring in our Team B, who will come in and relieve those staff members.
Florida has around 6 million residents over the age of 60, according to the state's Department of Elder Affairs. That's nearly 30% of its total population. Evacuating these elderly patients is not just logistically tough, it's also hard on many patients who can suffer from what's called transfer trauma, especially those with Alzheimer's or dementia. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. University of Idaho employees could lose their jobs or face possible jail time if they promote or even refer to abortion services while on the clock.
This also stops employees from giving out emergency contraception with the exception of rape. That memo was recently sent out to employees to warn them about a law passed by the legislature. It says no public funds can go to promoting abortion. The university says it wants employees to understand what the law now reads and possible consequences. The university says the law does not specify what promoting abortion is, but it's clear employees are paid with public funds. Employees who favor abortion during class could be perceived as promoting abortion. We talked to one employee who says she will follow the rules, while some students say these laws go too far.
I think it's pretty absurd to do that on a college campus, and it's not safe.
I will do what I'm told. I kind of like my job, don't want to lose it. No, I think if that's what the law is, we need to abide by the law.
The university says this is a new and evolving legal landscape. Officials aren't sure how exactly these new laws will be enforced. A university spokesperson sent us this statement in part, quote, while abortion can be discussed as a policy issue in the classroom, we highly recommend employees in charge of the classroom remain neutral or risk violating this law. We support our students and employees as well as academic freedom, but understand the need to work within the laws set out by our state. You can read the full story. Just go to KXLY.com. It's right there for you. For the first time in 16 years, we will have a new sheriff in Spokane County.
2 candidates are vying for your vote to replace Ozzie Knezovich. A lot of you told 4 News Now that you want to know what they would do about Camp Hope. The current sheriff plans to sweep the camp in a matter of weeks. That means whoever is elected will deal with the aftermath of that action. The sheriff has endorsed his undersheriff, John Knowles, who says something needs to be done about the camp. But Knowles also realizes moving hundreds of people will take a lot of planning and coordination. While Knowles believes the mid-October deadline is too soon, he says he supports Sheriff Knezovich's intentions.
We need to do it not in 6 months, not in 8 months. It needs to be done in the next 6 weeks.
And his opponent, Wade Nelson, thinks the current sheriff's plan will only make things worse. He says the sheriff's office was not in discussions early on when the camp was more manageable. Nelson says there is no reason for them to get involved now when city and state agencies are already working together to move people away from the camp.
We're just going to step in and say we're just going to walk over all of you and do it. To me, it's irresponsible.
Nelson is a retired detective, and Knowles, as we mentioned, is the current undersheriff. Nelson wants to bring a new vision to the sheriff's office. Knowles says he is Ozzie 2.0 and doesn't think the department needs to change.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 6:38.
All right, we're going to send things back over to Mark Peterson for a look at what's ahead of us today. Not as warm as yesterday, but still really warm.
So we had 90, a new record yesterday, plus the latest that we've had a 90-degree temperature in our season by 2 days. And yeah, today's going to be another hot one. It's going to cool down. You might be amazed at how far it will go down. That forecast coming up.
And a warning from the DEA about fentanyl, how people are falsely advertising that drug when Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Sales this big come along once in a lifetime.
Get to the best for last 2022 RV closeout happening now at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. We're heavily discounting our last 2022 RVs with our most competitive prices ever. Take your pick from a new Aspen Trail or Colorado travel trailer, both priced under 30 grand and only $189 a month. Get your best RV deal ever during the best for last 2022 RV closeout through October 1st only at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. Family adventure starts here.
Iron Maiden, live, the legacy of the Beast Tour 2022. Don't miss their biggest stage show, their greatest songs. Iron Maiden, with very special guests, Trivium. Experience Iron Maiden live. Spokane Arena, Friday, September 30th. Get tickets now at ticketswest.com.
My husband has diabetes.
Even with health insurance, we're having a hard time affording our medications.
Thankfully, we have Patty Murray fighting for us in the U.S. Senate. She kept at it till Congress finally lowered the cost of prescription drugs.
And capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month.
Now we'll save thousands every year. We know when Patty is back in the other Washington.
She is working for us.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing. But one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Holly Schamberger.
With a love for literacy, Holly has organized book sales, revitalized programs, and recruited volunteers at the Loon Lake Library.
I have a love for the library, and I have a love for this community, and I have a love for my volunteers.
Holly is the president of Friends of the Loon Lake Library. She brings energy, spirit, and passion for literacy to her small community. Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count. It's now 6:41. Millions of families who were eligible to get monthly child tax credits from the IRS last year did not, while more than 1 million others who weren't qualified did. An audit released by the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration says the government agency failed to send $3.7 billion to more than 4 million eligible taxpayers. It did, however, send more than $1.1 billion to people who were not supposed to get it. The Inspector General's office made several recommendations to the IRS, including the need to take action to prevent taxpayers from receiving additional improper payments.
10-second takeaway on a Wednesday morning. Mild start. It's gorgeous. 60 degrees right now. It's going to be a warm finish. High today is going to be 80. Drinking water is going to help with that smoke in the air in your body. Deal with it. Also sunglasses for the sunshine.
They should not take a pill from a friend, and that they should not take a pill that they can buy on social media, because even one pill can kill.
An increasing number of fake prescription pills with potentially deadly fentanyl are causing overdose deaths to skyrocket. The pills, as we've been telling you about, are now being manufactured in rainbow colors that look like candy. Between May and September, the DEA and police seized more than 10 million fentanyl pills and hundreds of pounds of powder. About 2/3 of overdose deaths in the U.S. have been linked to fentanyl or other powerful synthetic opioids. Jonathan Calkins, a professor of research and public policy at Carnegie Mellon University, says the best way to deal with the fentanyl crisis is to put money toward treatment and increase the availability of Narcan, the drug that reverses those overdoses. Well, good morning. Northwest time is now 6:43.
Fall is here, and Destiny Richards joins us live from a local pumpkin patch.
That's right. At Veely Farm, you can not only pick your own pumpkins and buy your own pumpkins, but you can play with pumpkins. We'll be showing some of the fun games your kids can play here at Veely Farm coming up.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Trends come and go, but luxury's always in style. Now's your chance to buy beautiful Kerastan flooring at a price you can afford. During National Kerastan Month, you can save on Kerastan flooring. Elevate your decor with the designs and quality of Kerastan carpet, or choose from Kerastan's Luxcraft luxury vinyl tile collections. Don't miss your chance to live beautifully with Kerastan. Hurry in now to Skelton's Carpet One in Lewiston.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Every day is trophy territory at the General Store downtown. Trophy thrills, trophy deals, trophy warthogs. Yes, trophy warthogs. For over 75 years, the General Store has been your location for all the ammo, hunting, fishing, and camping gear any outdoor pro could ever need. Your trophy adventure starts at the General Store.
The Inland Empire 6. 6 local Honda dealerships dedicated to putting your Keister in a Honda. And your Keister will thank you for it because it'll be riding in comfort, style, and America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. And that can save your Keister at the gas pumps. Not to mention every Honda is packed with high-tech safety features that keep all your little Keisters safe and happy. See your local Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Inland Northwest.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Satay Bistro.
It is now 6:46. If you have not picked out a pumpkin yet, local farms across the Inland Northwest are ready and open for fall harvesting.
Yeah, Veely Farm in Deer Park is a small family farm that has you-pick pumpkins, ornamental corn, and other fall activities going on through October until everything is gone. Destiny Richards is live at the farm this morning to show us what visitors can expect. Did I see some pumpkin bowling, and maybe is that pumpkin bingo?
Yeah, so there's so much fun here at Veely Farm with pumpkins. We have to give it a moment here. You've got pumpkin checkers over here in the far corner, and that you can be orange pumpkin, you can be white pumpkin, and here, yes, you have pumpkin bingo. You can be the warty goblin pumpkin or the yellow. Personally, I just won against our photographer Aiden as yellow pumpkin here. But what's really fun is pumpkin bowling. I was enjoying that a little bit earlier. We're going to play with Sammy here from Veely Farm. So, Sammy, we're just going to bowl at the same time. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Oh, actually, let's do my dominant hand here. Right. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, gotta give it more power. Oh, I actually did good. Okay. And second one. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, my.
Okay.
I really think.
Last one. This is my bigger pumpkin. 3, 2, 1. Oh, is that a spirit? If it took 3 times, I guess. I don't know. Not a spirit at all. They don't have the monitor, is what I'm saying. So how do you know?
Bowling has different rules. It's fine.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more lenient.
Yeah, of course. I think this is fun for kids, for adults, anyone here. Thank you, Sammy, for welcoming us here to Veely Farm. And the greatest part about it, completely free. You only have to pay for the pumpkins and the different things that you buy here, but come out with your family every Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. I'll send it back to you guys.
That looks really fun.
Super fun. I like how she said she doesn't have the screen, so you can't verify her score.
I wish in real bowling you got 3 balls. I'd have a much better score. Hey, good morning, everybody. We've got some updates. We're going to be warm today. We're going to be at 80 degrees. We're going to see, again, 90 yesterday was a record high. Now 80, partly cloudy and warm. Winds gust to 20 miles an hour tonight. Temperatures down to 52 degrees. Still fairly mild for us. Ordinarily or normally we'd be into the mid-40s. But we're going to get rain showers coming in tonight through tomorrow. Quick tropical update as Ian now, Category 4, and it's going to come ashore. We're going to see that. Now, it'll be downgraded as it hits Florida and loses some of that. But as it loses that energy, that means it's expelling it. So we've got the tidal surge. We've got the winds in excess of 150 miles an hour. It's going to be a horrific day for much of Florida as this continues to make its way inland, with already tornadoes being spotted, heavy rains, up to 2 feet of rain in some areas. All right. Now for our area, we are going to see temperatures that, again, very mild this morning, 58, 51 to Coeur d'Alene, 56 into Grand Coulee. Our radar and satellite showing much different plan in the northwest, with rain showers coming in through Portland, up through the Cascades. That's going to pull quite a bit of moisture out. But we're going to continue to see that build in, so that forecast radar calling for temperatures to be very nice. We're going to have cloud cover coming in this afternoon. And then about 10 o'clock, yeah, we're going to see those showers come in, more sustained rain in the early morning hours. And then we'll see this thing start to kick out by mid-morning with just isolated showers after that. Highs today are going to be 80, 83 into Kellogg, 82 St. Mary's, Coeur d'Alene, 82 degrees. So 80 today from the 90 yesterday to 64 on Thursday behind that front. That'll cool down, high pressure warms up, and we're going to be in the 70s for the weekend. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Say hello to Miss Rosie O'Donnell. So you have 5 kids.
I have a 9-year-old I adopted at 50. I thought I could get a facelift or a baby, so I took the baby.
Plus Tyler James Williams from Abbott Elementary.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
These doors are closed because it's too dangerous to ask employees to work here anymore. Think about that. For decades, Patty Murray has spearheaded reckless policies that lead to shortages, inflation, and so much crime that you can't even get a cup of coffee from the hometown shop on Capitol Hill, even if you could still afford it. 30 years in the Senate, and this is what she has to show for it? If she won't do the job, I will. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
4 News Now welcomes Kirsten O'Connor. You expect more from local news. Important information that makes a difference to you. Kirsten O'Connor delivers. And that's what we mean when we say, expect more. Get to know Kirsten, weeknights on 4 News Now.
At Coeur d'Alene Wigs, we have that great hair day every day waiting for you. Change your style in a matter of minutes to suit the occasion or your mood. So many possibilities await. From full wigs for a completely new look to toppers and ponytails to enhance your current style. Coeur d'Alene Wigs carry styles for the whole family. Appointments recommended, walk-ins welcome. Coeur d'Alene Wigs, where it's a great hair day every day.
Flowers are fighters. That's why the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of them. Because flowers find a way to break through. Just like we will. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, at 6:53, let's get you up to speed for your Wednesday here in the morning sprint.
And Mark Peterson is here with another above-average day.
Destiny Richards live in Deer Park, checking out what your family can do this pumpkin season.
But first, Hurricane Ian strengthening to a Category 4 storm just hours ago. Let's get right to Cindy Charles, who is tracking the latest details.
Yes, this morning, Hurricane Ian set to strike Florida as a powerful Category 4 storm. Currently, Ian is whipping sustained sustained winds of 155 miles per hour. That's just 2 miles under the requirement for a Category 5 storm. Ian is expected to make landfall later today along Florida's Gulf Coast in the Fort Myers area. It's set to bring life-threatening conditions, including several feet of storm surge from Naples to Tampa and huge amounts of rain, perhaps more than 20 inches in some areas. This has the potential to move homes and cars.
All right, here in our first alert weather, it is going to be a very mild day. Temperatures are going to be in the low 80s all around the region. It's really going to be quite nice. But we are going to see things change. That's going to happen later on this afternoon. Increased cloud cover coming in. And with those clouds, then behind that, the rain showers coming in tonight. That's going to be in our overnight hours through tomorrow morning. So it could be an impactful commute. And we'll see temperatures that will warm up to 80 today.
People at a middle school football game in Spokane Valley performed CPR on a young player. That player was knocked unconscious. Spokane Valley Fire tells us the football player was tackled during kickoff and was unresponsive. People on the field at Horizon Middle School told firefighters the boy was unconscious, so someone started CPR. By the time firefighters made it to the field, the boy was alert but in pain. He was taken to the hospital. We've not been told his condition. As soon as we get more information about how he's doing, we'll let you know.
The Northern Lakes Fire District in Cooney County is getting a $4.5 million grant. It's to hire 12 new firefighters and open a third fire station in Garwood. Fire Chief Pat Riley says they applied for the grant after multiple failed attempts at tax levy overrides to increase services and improve response times throughout the district. Firefighters with the Northern Lakes Fire District say their call volumes are going up, all while they're dealing with less staffing. And even though they're now getting this third fire station, they say they actually need a fourth as well.
2 candidates are vying for your vote to replace Ozzie Knezovich as sheriff. A lot of you told us that you want to know what John Knowles and Wade Nelson would do about Camp Hope in East Spokane. The current sheriff plans to sweep the camp in a matter of weeks. The sheriff has endorsed his undersheriff, John Knowles, who believes the mid-October deadline is too soon, but he says he supports Sheriff Knezovich's intentions. His opponent, Wade Nelson, says the sheriff's office was not in discussions early on when the camp was more manageable. Nelson says there is no reason for them to get involved now when city and state agencies are working together to clear the camp.
And looking ahead this morning, fencing is scheduled to go up around the perimeter of Camp Hope today, and with it, a curfew. According to Julie Garcia, the director of Jules Helping Hands, the fence will have one secured point of entry, and the curfew is expected to be from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Garcia expects they'll lose about 10% of the campers when these enforcements go into place. We'll be sure to follow this story for you throughout the day and let you know what happens on our 4 News Now app tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6.
And if you're looking for a local farm to support this fall season, you can come to Veely Farm here in Deer Park. They're just one of many in the Inland Northwest that are doing fall harvest right now. One of those activities you can do at their fall harvest and pumpkin patch going on right now is you pick pumpkins. They have gourds, they have squash, so many different fall produce items for you to collect. And the great thing about it is that's the only thing you have to pay for here. Everything else is free. You can play pumpkin bowling, whole bunch of games here, and just take pictures out here and take in the beautiful scenery with your family. You can go to our website, kxly.com, for more information about the farm.
University of Idaho employees could lose their jobs or face possible jail time if they promote or even refer to abortion services while on the clock. That memo was sent recently to employees to warn them about a law passed by the Idaho State Legislature. It says no public funds can go to promoting abortion. The university says the law doesn't specify what promoting abortion is, but it makes it clear employees are paid with public funds.
The future of air travel took flight in Moses Lake yesterday. You're looking at the world's first all-electric passenger plane, Alice. The plane, designed by engineers in Washington and Israel, has battery technology similar to that of an electric car or a cell phone. With 30 minutes of charging, it can fly for an hour at 287 miles an hour. The company hopes to have it in the hands of customers by 2027.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
I met Chris through a phone call. He was talking to me about his landscaping company, and he was looking to get some financing. What I like about Numerica is when it comes to decision making, it's right down the hall, and we're able to meet his needs within a month.
Ooh, the DQ chicken strip basket. Yes, please. I want in on that. Oh, that house-made Hidden Valley Ranch is for all the dips. Plus fries, Texas toast, and, you guessed it, DQ chicken strips. Mmm, so good. Let's go, right now. Or let's get delivery at DQ.com. DQ, happy tastes good.
Next Live.
These are my statement frames.
Yeah.
You don't like them? I was so excited about these.
Jimmy Kimmel and Mark Cuban from Shark Tank.
Watch live today at 9, right after GMA.
All right, good morning. We have some clouds, a little bit of haze out there. We're going to warm up. It's going to be well above average today, 80 degrees. We'll see that about 4 o'clock, but it's a mild start with temperatures into the mid-50s. 80 today. Big change for tomorrow. We have a low that moves over behind it, colder air, 64 for the high, and then high pressure builds back in, and that puts us at 70 for Friday, and the weekend into the mid-70s. That takes us into next week, which will be the second week of fall that will feel more like summer. Not looking too bad.
Not at all.
Yeah, we're not complaining, that's for sure.
But we're just confused.
Yeah, right. Thanks so much for watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA starts right now.